can't walk himself, but he can feed himself. And so God puts you in the ability that maximizes what you have left. So at the church of Revelations, he says, don't worry about what's lost. Strengthen what remains. That God always gives you something left and puts you in a position to maximize what you have left. Now, he's at the table. He did not get to the table by himself. That's grace. He did not fix the table. That's grace. But he has the ability to feed himself. Now, he is at the table with all of the king's children. He's at the table with all of the king's children. And if you look at Mephibosheth, as the table is prepared, you can't see what's wrong with him. Because from the waist up, he looks like everybody else. He can do what the other people can do at the table because all they do is eating. And so God will put you at the place you're supposed to be and then cover up what's wrong with you. He will cover up what's wrong with you. That's grace. Because grace covers. Grace covers. Now, the last thing, which is my point, which is why I saw this very differently, is that Mephibosheth's legs never work again. God does not heal his legs. He's a cripple for the rest of his life. But he's at the table. Mephibosheth has to learn not to be mad at his legs. Mephibosheth has to learn not to be mad at the people who made him this way. Because grace did what the other people could not do. Look beyond who he wasn't. Saw who he was. And put him at the table anyway. Because grace qualifies you. And David says, I am going to cause Mephibosheth to sit at my table as one of the king's sons. He's not my son. But when you're going to look at him, I'm going to be so good to him. That you're not going to be able to tell the difference between my children and Mephibosheth. So Mephibosheth doesn't have to be insecure about his legs. Because God says, I'm going to have the king treat you as if your legs don't matter. This is what restoration is. Bless you. This is what restoration is. He says to Ziba, your sons and your servants are going to till Mephibosheth's land for the rest of his life. But Mephibosheth is not going to eat anything that you till. He is going to eat from my table. Why do they have to till land for food he is not going to eat? They're going to tend the crops and harvest the crops. They're his, but he doesn't need it because he is going to eat at my table continually. Because grace blesses you with more than what you really need. Mephibosheth could say, well, it's nice, David, that you tell them to till the land because Mephibosheth can't till the land. So he says, I'm going to get somebody to do that for you. That's grace. That's outsourced ability. You can't do it. We're going to outsource that for you. And even though everything they harvest belongs to you, you don't even have to partake of that. You can leave that alone because you want to eat from my table. Let me do this last thing, and then I'll be finished. The last verse. The last verse. Last verse says this, and I'm finished. Verse 13. So Mephibosheth dwelt in Jerusalem, for he did eat regularly at the king's table, and he was lame on both feet. That period right there, that period at the table, and they begin the new sentence with and. He ate regularly at the king's table, period. And he was lame on both his feet. I would see being lame on both feet as a negative. And it should have said he ate regularly at the king's table, but he was lame on both feet. what's really happening in his life. That yes, he's at the table, but he's laying on both feet. Yeah. But the Bible doesn't write it like that. Right. The Bible says, uses and conjunctions. Yeah. It says he ate at the king's table regularly and he was laying on both feet. It says that all of these things come together and they match each other. Yeah. They only match each other because his lame feet don't matter anyway. Right. It's not just that he's at the king's table, but he can't walk. It's that he's at the king's table and he can't walk. But he doesn't need to walk. Tell me who walks when they sit. All right. So what he is saying is that grace puts you in a position that what you don't have anymore, you don't need. Right. Okay. Come on. And he is lame on both feet, but it doesn't matter. Because he doesn't eat with his feet. That's all right. I said it doesn't matter. Right. Because you don't eat with your feet. Right. Come on, preacher. His hands work. Yeah. And God puts him in a position that what he doesn't have doesn't matter anymore. Yes. Now, I don't want to be trivial about the things that we lose. Yeah. Because they matter to us. Right. He has to look down every single day at these feet that don't work. But he can't let that get in the way and not see the table for looking at his feet. And I dare say that sometimes we're looking at our feet without rejoicing over the fact that we're at the table. We are not grateful for the table. We are ungrateful because my feet don't work. Right. Grace has to make you grateful. That's right. All right now. Lord. All right. Yeah. So you look at your job, and I don't like this job. Somebody will switch seats with you in a minute. That's right. Take your job and be happy. That's right. You can't see the gratefulness because you're looking at the deficiencies of the situation. All right. You're right. My father is not going to come back. I have to learn how to live without him. But there is grace. Yes, sir. I don't have to do that by myself. When I'm having bad days, the grace of God supplements what I don't have. So he says to us, when our mothers and our fathers forsake us, that's for the Lord. That's right. He carries us. So let me just encourage you. Stand on your feet. I'm finished. Thank you, Joshua.